And these cousins of Uthman were oppressive to the Muslims, and Uthman refused to sack them. So they marched against Uthman, killed Uthman, and his wife came to his defense, and some of her fingers were cut. Some of them were cut off, it is said. So his wife, the wife of Uthman, the widow of Uthman, she ran to Syria, to Muawiyah, for help. She took the blood of the shirt of Uthman with the blood on it and showed it to Uthman, and showed Uthman her fingers. I'm sorry, she showed Muawiyah her fingers. Now why did she run to Muawiyah in Syria for help? Because Muawiyah was a cousin of Uthman. So since Muawiyah was a cousin of Uthman, they were from the same clan, she ran to Syria for help and to seek revenge for her husband's death. And Muawiyah took the shirt of Uthman and showed it to the people of Syria. So look at the blood of Uthman, and it is incumbent on us to avenge the blood of Uthman. Now when Ali asked Muawiyah to give him the bay'ah, the oath of allegiance, Muawiyah refused and said, I will never accept you as a caliph until you kill those who kill Uthman. How can I accept you as the caliph when the killers of Uthman is in your camp? So Ali said, since you refuse to step down as the governor of Syria, I will bring you down forcefully. The two armies came face to face at Siffin. Ali was winning the battle against Muawiyah, but Muawiyah was very cunning and very sly. He was like a fox. What he did, he told his men to hold the Quran on the sword, and the war came to a stalemate because the men of Ali refused to obey Ali's orders and continue the fight. So Ali was forced to accept arbitration. Ali ibn Abi Talib wanted to send Ibn Abbas to be his advocate, to speak on his behalf. But fitna broke out again in Ali's camp. So how can you choose Ibn Abbas? He's your cousin. Choose somebody else. Now Ali was forced to choose Abu Musa al-Ash'ari to be his advocate. And this was not Ali's choice. It was the choice of his camp. Muawiyah sent Amr ibn al-As to be his advocate. Amr ibn al-As was extremely sly and cunning as well. And because of that, Muawiyah chose him to speak on his behalf like his attorney, his advocate, his solicitor. What happened in this arbitration was extremely messy. I do not want to go into too much details. I will give you a synopsis, a brief insight as to what happened. Amr ibn al-As, the cunning one, the advocate for Muawiyah, Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, very naive and simple-minded, the advocate for Ali. Amr ibn al-As said to Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, what we will do, you will renounce Ali as the caliph and I will renounce Muawiyah as the caliph. And say to the Muslims, because of the fitna, choose your own caliph. I will renounce Muawiyah, I am the advocate for Muawiyah, I will renounce Muawiyah. And you will renounce Ali as the caliph because of the fitna. But you will renounce Ali first and I will renounce Muawiyah second. So he agreed. So when he spoke to the people, he said to the people, because of the fitna, I renounce Ali as the caliph. I hope the Muslims can choose a new caliph. Now he was expecting Amr ibn al-As to say the same thing because he agreed. You renounce Ali first and I will renounce Muawiyah second. So I choose you to renounce Ali first because you came into Islam before me. I came into Islam after you, so you will go first. So he said, I renounce Ali as a caliph. Now he was expecting Amr ibn al-As to come forward and said, I renounce Muawiyah as a caliph. When he came forward, he said, this man who is the advocate of Ali renounced Ali as a caliph. But as for me, I endorse Muawiyah as the one and only legitimate caliph. So he changed his story. So what happened to Abu Musa al-Ash'ari? He was tricked during the arbitration. He was so ashamed, he went and lived by himself and died by himself. Now, the Khawarij behave exactly like their founder, Dhul Khawaisara, the possessor of the two sunken eyes. No respect for authority. They used to stop people, Muslims, on the roadside and question them about their aqidah. It's called the Inquisition. And if you don't have the Khawarij aqidah, they kill you right there and then. They used to ask people three or four questions. What's your opinion of Abu Bakr? What's your opinion of Omar? What's your opinion of Uthman? What's your opinion of Ali ibn Abi Talib? If you praise Ali, they chop off your head right there and then. It's called the Inquisition of the Khawarij. Something similar to the Spanish Inquisition that they had in Spain against the Muslims. Abdullah ibn Khabbab was traveling with his pregnant wife. And Khabbab was the governor appointed by Ali, the governor of Nahrawan. And the Khawarij, they had already set up camp at Nahrawan. They chose that place to live. So they stopped Khabbab, Abdullah ibn Khabbab, and said, tell us about Abu Bakr. What's your opinion? What's your opinion of Omar? What's your opinion of Uthman? What's your opinion of Ali? Since you are the son of Khabbab, the great Sahaba, tell us a hadith which you learned from your father. So when he said, I learned from my father that in the last days there will be fitna. The one who is sitting down is better than the one who is standing. The one who is standing is better than the one who is walking. And you should separate yourself from this fitna. They said, oh my goodness, he's talking about us. This hadith is talking about us. He is condemning us. They chop off his head, chop off the head of his pregnant wife, and then it wasn't finished. They cut her stomach open, took out the baby inside her belly, and cut up the baby into small bits and pieces. And this was the crime of the Khawarij, to show the hatred that they had for the Muslims. And the Rasul said their major sign, they will leave alone the kuffar and massacre the Muslims. They hated Muslims so much they kill even the babies of the Muslims. Ali ibn Abi Talib, when he heard about this, he sent Ibn Abbas to debate with them. To debate with them. What is the grudge you have against the Muslims? Because for you to commit such crimes against the Muslims, you have to have serious grievances. They said, we have 3 grievances against you, Ali. 3 grievances. And Ibn Abbas was the person who debated with them. We fought with you against Aisha at the Battle of the Camel, and we won. And you didn't give us concubines. Ibn Abbas said, Aisha was among those who were captive. Which one of you would like to take the Prophet's wife as his concubine? The mother of the believers, they hung their heads down in shame. Second grievance, why did Ali and Muawiyah use human beings as judges? Ibn Abbas explained to them, the Quran is a book. In order for you to apply the teachings of the Quran, you need human beings to implement these teachings. You need human beings to become judges. Then Ibn Abbas quoted unto them Surah Nisa verse 35. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ شِقَاقْ بَيْنَهُمَا. If a man and his wife is about to break up and you fear that the marriage is going to finish, فَابْعَثُوا حَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهِ وَحَكَمًا مِنْ أَهْلِهَا إِنْ يُرِيدَ إِصْلَاحًا. Send a judge from his family and a judge from her family if you want to save the marriage. إِنْ يُرِيدَ إِصْلَاحًا. So if you don't want to save a marriage, you don't need to have arbitration. You only have arbitration if you want to save the marriage. So Ibn Abbas said in the Quran, in Surah Nisa verse 35, Allah commanded us to use human beings as judges. So when Ali had Abu Musa as his advocate and Muawiyah had Amr ibn al-As as his advocate, they didn't do anything wrong. They said, we have a third grudge against you. Why did Ali scratch out his title Amir al-Mu'mineen during the arbitration? Because Amr ibn al-As said, scratch out the title Amir al-Mu'mineen. We don't see Ali as any Amir al-Mu'mineen. So why did he insult us? We gave him the bay'ah. Why did he insult us by scratching out his title? Then Ibn Abbas said, this is a prophecy of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam which came to pass. At the